Hey everyone, how you doing today? What we're doing in today's expert series is we're really talking with our experts about why becoming wealthy is both hard and simple. But what we're going to do is we're going to twist that and we're going to focus on their expertise. So Omar, as you know, you are the real estate entrepreneur of my experts. So I thought this would be a great conversation. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you, Michael? Good morning to you.
Good
Good morning,
morning.
everybody.
Yeah. Hey man, so what I want to start with is just the acknowledgement that, being a real estate entrepreneur, that does it for the length of time you have is hard. I want to appreciate it's hard, right? There are things or challenges we all go through. As we get through all three sessions, hopefully it'll become obvious it's worth it. But let's just acknowledge that what you do as a successful real estate entrepreneur, you know what, is hard. So when I say hard and being a successful real estate entrepreneur, what jumps out at you first?
Why it's hard?
Yeah. Yes.
It's emotional, uncertain. That right there, I think uncertainty is the biggest word of an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You might have certainty of what you're going to be accomplishing or what you want to accomplish, but to get to that point, you're going to have nothing but lows. You'll have some highs. You'll have more lows and more lows and more lows, and it tests you on why are you in the business? Why is it easier to go get a job? Tell somebody to tell you what you're worth. For sure, it is.
Yeah.
And for the people that are out there that have jobs, it's security. There's a difference. So when you say entrepreneur, it's not knowing the outcome, but understanding that journey is going to be a path where less people travel on. So the commute isn't as packed.
Yeah.
It's not, everybody doesn't do it because they steer off and they go to their normal routine of bumper to bumper traffic.
Yeah, I love that analogy. As I sit here listening to you and relate it to my story, you're right. Because being an entrepreneur, right? Gary V's word. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. The side hustle economy. Um, there are lots of people that kind of start in the car on this journey. But you're right. I think the first mile or 10 miles or whatever the analogy is, miles to years, maybe it's the first year, maybe it's the first two, is very bumpy, lots of potholes because they're traveled a lot. Lots of people want to do it because they're looking at the end goal of success and money and wealth. But it's not until mile two or mile 2.5 that all the competition, all the other cars leave, the roads get smooth because nobody travels on them or very people make it that far. So you're so right. I love that analogy. Yeah, the first mile is very bumpy because everybody's on it, but so many people give up, get out of their cars, turn around, go get a job. It's not till mile 2 or 3 where it's just smooth sailing, nobody's on it, no speed limits. Go as fast as you freaking want. That's a
Yep.
great analogy. Yeah. The other thing that I
And it's
think
scary.
it's scary,
It's
fun.
not for the weak of heart. That's for
Oh,
sure.
yeah. There's a couple more things I think we should acknowledge is you need support, right? Whether it's support from your significant other, your at-home family, or even if you're doing this solo, which maybe you are if you're in your 20s, that first network, the first network of 5, or 6 key people, right? Those, again, going back to
Right.
your analogy, those first 2 miles, you need co-pilots, you need people to encourage you to help you change a flat or fill up the tank or be a carpool buddy or whatever it is, right? I love this analogy we're working on. It becomes easier
I'm going
later,
to
but yeah,
add.
go ahead.
No, yeah, and what you were saying, I just had it on the top of my head right now when you were saying the support from others. Um, they'll help you, right, get there. But if you need to help, if you need the support, get out of the business.
Mm,
Because at the end of the day, the support will help you get a little further. Yes, you need the co-pilot, you need this, you need that, you need your buddy to help you change the tire as you go on that road. But I will tell you, majority of people aren't going to be wired like you are.
mm.
Okay. And if the core 5 people are in that same mix, great. They have their own path that they're going on. You want
Yeah.
to stay in tune with them. You want to be close to them, but they have their own path and they may not be on the same road. So you got to remember that, like, in case somebody else says, no, this road's better, why don't you come join me? You got to sit there and look at everything on what you want to accomplish. Okay. Why you started. The other people will help you, get past the challenging aspects of it. But at the end of the day, they're not going through the challenges that you're going through.
Yeah.
You have different challenges. You have different potholes, different roads that you still have to go to. Granted, you might meet later, and then you guys will be neck and neck on his path, on your path, on her path, on her path as well. It doesn't matter. But you guys are next to each other. But to get to there, there's other roads you got to take by yourself, and you got to be able to go through that challenge.
Yeah. The other thing I just want to acknowledge is hard that most people don't want to appreciate is back to that core 5 or 6 people is, at least in my case, I had to change my entire network there, that first core set of 5 or 6 people, because the people that were part of my first 10 years of employment, they had, like you said, a different path, right? They wanted to make as much money during the day and party hard. And what that meant was you were spending everything. And that's not okay. So one of the things you got to take really special care of, if you're going to get a co-pilot, a friend to change your flat tire, make sure they want to be on the same path as you, right? To your point. So many of you will have to change at least 3 of your closest friends, right? I love the saying, if you show me your 5 closest friend, I can show you your net worth. Dude, that is so true. And it is vital. The first 2 years of being a real estate entrepreneur, you have got to do everything you can to remove obstacles. And some of your largest obstacles are your closest friends. That is painful for people to hear.
Because your emotions are getting the better of you. Oh no, they've been in my life for 5, 10, 15 years. And sometimes that person doesn't help you. And your family might be one of them.
Absolutely.
Because you're so far ahead of the game of what you want to accomplish. Some of the stuff I used to tell, my cousins and everything else on the goals I have, they're like, dude, you're crazy.
Yeah.
But I'd rather strive for something and lose. I'd rather lose high and not hit it, right? Because then you're still a lot higher than most people shoot. Their goals are so low that they're going to hit it. Okay, cool. But when your goal's super high, you may not hit it, but damn, how much further are you along?
Yeah. The other thing,
that's the people around. That's the same mindset. That's
family. No, all of that. Yeah. The other thing I just want to acknowledge here is, especially today, and it's really true any time of the last 20 years, deals are hard to come by. They don't just sit around. Other than 2010. 2010, they were everywhere. That's the 1 year deals were everywhere. You could be blind and win. Everywhere. Other than that 1 year or maybe 18-month window, deals are hard. They're hard today. They were hard last year. They will be hard next year. It's hard. You've got to hone your skills. You've got to get creative. That's why I call you a real estate entrepreneur, because you have the ability to take in a lead and deal with it 17 different ways. That is an entrepreneur, right? These people that are single threaded, frankly, like I was for 15 years, I could only buy rentals because I had no time, right? It's the true entrepreneurs that get past into the smooth sailing, that add different tools to their bag, right? Deals are hard to come by. I mean, it just is, right?
It is. And if somebody can find a way to get more deals or figure out a way how to, ask the questions, copy them, figure that part out.
Yeah. Deals are hard. Money's hard. I mean, there's nothing in this business that's easy. There are some stuff that's simple, and we're going to get into that in episode number 2. But I just want people to acknowledge that being a real estate entrepreneur is hard. I truly believe it's worth it. And we'll give you some examples in number 3. But any other things you want to talk about? Just acknowledge it's hard, just so people can say, yeah, these guys get it.
This is the part that everyone wants. They want the label of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
They want the income of an entrepreneur. But what sacrifices are they willing to make while getting there?
Yeah.
No one wants to sacrifice shit.
Yes.
They really don't. They
It's
just
such a
want it handed
dirty
to
word
them,
today.
and that's it.
God. Yeah. Yeah.
It's the case. So just understand that you will have to sacrifice. You will have to do things that people don't do to get things that people don't have. Remember that.
Yeah. Sacrifice is a
So
big deal. I wish more people, I actually wish sacrifice was like, I don't know. My daughter was in the Brownies and they had these little badges, right? And it was always about the badges. I just wish we could wear a badge that says we're willing to sacrifice. So if you sacrifice now, especially like we talked about earlier, that first 2 miles of the journey, it just makes it easier to get through. It's not going to be, less difficult, but man, it just gets you through it. So for us, it was, people don't understand about my stories as they look at what we've done. They don't appreciate that the key to our journey was the fact we sacrificed and we cut out all of our wants. If I don't do that, we probably end up with 4 or 5 houses. That I'm still working if I only own 4 or 5 houses. I just wish people would say, I sacrifice and feel good about it versus feeling like they're missing something. So Omar, this has been a great conversation. I look forward to number 2, which is going to be, you know what? It's actually kind of simple. So thanks, buddy.